Did you know that for the famous Well of the Soul scene, Steven Spielberg wanted 7,000 and 10,000 snakes to cover the entire floor, but the pet shops around the area ran out of snakes. So to make up for the lack of snakes, Steven Spielberg had people take long rubber hoses and cut them to approximate lengths to mimic snakes. So I remember the very first time I saw Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I was at my aunt and uncle's place and they had the movie on VHS, if you can believe it. I know some of you are way too young to even know what VHS is. I was super excited to finally see this movie because I heard my parents talking about it. I finally got to see it. And it was just as great as I was hoping it would be. Many people say that his greatest work is Raiders of the Lost Ark for a lot of reasons. For this movie, he really likes to build a lot of suspense when Indy's out on his archaeological hunts. Right in the beginning of the movie when he's going after the idol, all the suspense that's building up to him getting the idol, all the different booby traps and the huge rolling stone, and the whole area where he is just starts to fall apart. It's just such an amazing scene. So many great action sequences that go into this iconic moment, but also the Well of the Soul scene may even be more iconic than the opening scene because of all the snakes, the huge set design that went to this, but all the suspense that's building up, specifically surrounding Indy's fear of snakes. He has to confront his fear. You know, the entire movie is based upon how scary the Ark of the Covenant is. People going after it shouldn't take it lightly, shouldn't take the stories lightly. It should be treated with the utmost respect. The storytelling in this movie is phenomenal. We have Indiana Jones, who he's a teacher, but he's also, on the side, he's an archaeological hunter. But through his adventures, he ends up running back into a old flame, Marion Ravenwood. Their paths cross once again after like 10 plus years, and a lot has changed in that amount of time. And through a whole lot of crazy things, they end up working together. There's a lot of funny moments in the movie, but there's also a lot of serious moments where Indiana takes a look at his life and the mistakes he's made and how he's trying to make up for them. And then Marion looking at her life and trying to move past what Indy did to her. They're all just trying to kind of reconcile with each other. Specifically, I'd say when it comes to Indy's character, he's kind of laser focused when it comes to all this. And it seems to me that when he meets Marion again after all those years, he didn't think much of the thing that happened between them all those years ago. He kind of moved past it, but Marion is still like hung up on it. According to her, Indy ruined her life because of what they did. Indy was really sorry, and he's trying to make up for the fact that he ruined her life. So by the end of the movie, you can see that these two were at odds in the beginning of the movie, and by the end of the movie, it seems like they're best friends again. They're in love with each other again. Then we got the bad guy, Belloc. He always likes to one-up Indy in his adventures, but at the very end, he finally gets to see if the Ark of the Covenant was worth going after or not. And he kind of just loses his mind at the very end. At the end of it all, there's no doubt in my mind that this movie just constantly delivers on how well it was made. This movie was made in 1981, and it's 2023, and there's so many people now who are still so in love with Indiana Jones's character just because how he was created and how he just inspires us to all go out and find all these treasures out there and to be just like him. So for Raiders of the Lost Ark, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 Mudflaps. Give me a thumbs up. And leave in the comments below, what is your favorite Steven Spielberg movie? See you next time.